Hello everyone. So I'm back with an updated Switch collection. Um, and I'll have a little channel update at the end. Sorry, I'm drinking my drink. Got some tea. Um, I thought a little update after the collection would be good because most people are here for the update, and updates seem to be some of the more popular videos. So I've got three. I know three more games. I don't really know how much um, more games aside from that. I know there are definitely three that I haven't shown off before, but I don't know if there's any more. But we'll figure it out. So these are all physical games. I'm not going to go through the digital ones because, frankly, I don't care. So we've got Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Just incredible game, man. Here's the funny part. This game is absolutely infuriating. I can't tell you how much I have just been pure rage filled. But man, I keep on coming back. I keep on coming back. Just when I think I'm done, it brings me back in. I mean, I don't know, something about it. Something about how tight the controls are and how just well constructed the level design is that I just keep on coming back. And I beat it. I finally beat it. I made a video on it. I finally beat it. I mean, well, I made a video of beating the final the level, but the final boss was really easy too. Just absolutely fantastic game. I mean, I would definitely say that this is better than Wrath of Cortex and possibly better than Warped. It's that good. I don't think anything can compare to Crash 2. But I think you know what? No. You know what? No, because you know what? I just remembered the stupid water levels and flying levels from Crash Warped and the driving levels. So you know what? Yeah, this is actually better than Warped. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, it's really cool how Crash Bandicoot 4. The designers definitely knew. Okay, look, people don't like the water levels in Crash. They don't like the flying levels. The best part of Crash is platforming. So they took that to like the nth degree, and I think genuinely this is probably one of the best platformers ever made in the last in the 2010s. One of the best 2010s platformers. Sonic Generations obviously being my favorite platformer, my favorite game of all time. But this one, like, it is just so good. I mean, there are things that I do get annoyed by. I always hated how Tana was in this game, but nitpicks. I mean, this game is genuinely just fantastic. Really pick it up. It's dirt cheap now as well. Cruisin' Blast. This game's good. I like this game. I kind of had high expectations coming in. I saw some reviews and I was like, man, this game just looks freaking awesome. And it's alright, but while playing it, you can definitely see its arcade roots. This was originally an arcade game published by Nintendo, made by Raw Thrills. And that's exactly what happened here. Nintendo published it, and Raw Thrills developed it. And no, actually says Game Mill right there. Well, it is a Switch exclusive, so I'm assuming Nintendo had some kind of hand in it. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty short. There's not a ton of extra modes as far as I know. There's a lot of unlockable characters, but they don't really change a whole lot. It's like, whoa, now you can play as a dinosaur, and it's like, oh, what does that change? Absolutely nothing. The dinosaur can still drift, except he doesn't change. Like you'd think, like when a dinosaur drifts, maybe his like two of his legs would be like skidding while the other two would be driving. No, it's just the basic running animation, but now he's flipped. Now he's turned a little bit sideways. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, but it's fun for a kind of for an arcade, just kind of insane, turn your brain off type game. That's exactly what you get. So, is it great? No. Is it as good as Cruisin' USA? I remember really loving Cruisin' USA, so I'd say no. But it's good. If you can find it for dirt cheap, pick it up. But I spent $40 on that, and honestly, it's not worth the $40. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, absolutely fantastic. Really, 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 really good platformer. With the funky mode. Okay, so here's the deal. I used to have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on Wii U, and with DK alone, I do not think that game is amazing. With DK alone, you have to really... The game is so brutally challenging that you have to really abuse the items. Which, you know, it still makes the game, you know, fine and playable, but I don't know, you kind of lose that, like, fun factor when you have to just buy, like, thousands of items just to get through a few stages. New funky mode really, really helps that, and in my opinion, makes the game just so much more enjoyable with its new additions. I still think, though, you know, the game as alone, I mean, like I said, you have to abuse items, but I still think the game's level design and characters and stuff, like, I think it still plays to... It's a good game. Basically, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is a really good game, but with new funky mode, it makes it a fantastic game. I think that's kind of my viewpoint on it. It's a really good game, standalone, but with this added new funky mode, it actually makes it a fantastic experience. So definitely pick up the Switch version, because it is such a leap in quality. Although if you're somebody that's used to brutally challenging platformers, go ahead. The Wii U version's still good too. If you aren't a fan of the new funky mode, there's literally no reason to pick up this over that. There's no changes aside from new funky mode. So, you know, keep that in mind. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I think this is really good. I love my music, my rhythm games, and this is a good one. I really do like the kind of battle system they have going on with the rhythm game style. It's akin to Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, but I think done way better with, you know, better presentation, and the way it goes about it is very Kingdom Hearts like. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, I do really like it. I think also another thing that I love is the entire story is done through Kyrie's perspective, and it actually goes through the entire franchise with bits of narration in between to kind of you know, do each game. So you actually, if you're very unsure on the plot of Kingdom Hearts, which believe me, I am, you get a good glimpse into this. You get some good explanations for how, and all of it goes in chronological order. So really nice in terms of story. The only problem is, and you know, it's something you really notice, the Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, so here's the deal. Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, all of them have a ton of songs to play. Tons of worlds to go to, very, very lengthy. When you get to Kingdom Hearts 3, there's like 10 songs in total for the entire game. And I'm like, really? I feel like there should be way more for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it really makes me wonder if they didn't want to show it off. Like, they were like, well, it's the most recent game, and we want people to still buy it, so let's only show off just bits and pieces of it. Very weird how there's, like, barely any Kingdom Hearts 3 songs, but, hey, what you gonna do? Still need to buy Kingdom Hearts 3 too. After seeing the 10 songs that they showed off, I'm like, alright, this game looks awesome. Kirby Star Allies. Just a fantastic Kirby game. Fantastic. I actually think this is, it's a tough... it's tough. I'd say this is better than Return to Dreamland, but I still think, I still have a soft spot for Triple Deluxe, and I think Planet Robobot is a lot better. But it's still a really, really great Kirby game. I love the ally feature. You finally get to hang around with Adeline and Susie, and I really love that aspect of it. I also love the, you know, creating new buddies by making friends with buddies and stuff like that. This is just a really, really awesome Kirby game. Just absolutely fantastic. A part of me, you know, I love Mario Odyssey with all my heart, but I would have never bought this game if it weren't for the fact that Mario Odyssey was not available at the store I went to when I first got my Switch. So, gotta give it props. Because Mario Odyssey wasn't there, I went for the next best thing, and you know what? I freaking love Kirby Star Allies. Lego The Incredibles. I definitely have my issues with this game. There you go, Lego The Incredibles. Yeah, I definitely have my issues with it. Is it a fun Lego game? Yeah, I'd say yes. My only problem is they redubbed it. Okay, so The Incredibles, I think there's two main issues with making a Lego video game based off The Incredibles. One, there is a lot of moments in both the Incredibles movies where there's only one person on screen. Incredibles 1 has a lot of moments where it's just Mr. Incredible. Incredibles 2 has a lot of moments where it's just Mrs. Incredible. How do you work in a second player? Well, they work it in by doing something stupid. It's like, for Incredibles 1, for example, Frozone gets invited onto the island, along with Mr. Incredible. For some reason, they're both there. In Incredibles 2, other supers like tag along with Mrs. Incredible, even though the whole point of Incredibles 2 was that Mrs. Incredible was chosen because she's less destructive, but apparently, yeah. So, I mean, I think the main problem is the story really takes a hit because they have to force in situations where it would require both characters. And because of that, they had to redub all the cutscenes. Which some voices are spot on. Edna is a very good replacement actor. It might be the exact same, actually. But the person who voices Edna's great. The person who voices Syndrome, I mean, if it's not the actual person, holy crap. The person who voices Syndrome is, like, so completely spot on. If it's not the exact same person, I'm going to be shocked. It very much sounds like the exact same person. But, like I said, they had to redo all the voice lines and stuff like that, and of course you got the forced, situations where there's two characters where it really doesn't make any sense. But like I said, it's a fun Lego game, and yeah, I'd say it's still fun. It's still a fun Lego game. I will say though, I love Incredibles 1, I hate Incredibles 2, and they force you to play through Incredibles 2 first before you can go to Incredibles 1, which, why? I mean, think about it. Think about it. Lego Jurassic World, I mean, sure, you can play through the movies in any order, but you start at the first. Lego Star Wars, you start at the first. Lego Indiana Jones, you start at the first. This one forces you to go through the second movie and then the first. And I'm like, why do that? I understand it came out in 2018, and of course kids would be more invested in the second movie than the first, but, just as a normal Lego fan, I question this. I do know, though, I think this was one of the first games made without John Burton. I think John Burton left in, late 2017, and this was mid-2018. So maybe it was kind of rocky development where they were trying to figure out, okay, what do we do without John Burton kind of directing us and guiding us through how to make a Lego game. So maybe it was something like that. Overall, I mean, still, it is a fun game. It's a good Lego game. But there's definitely room for improvement. Oh, and one thing I also mentioned. One thing I also really have to mention. The Incredibles is known for having a very distinct art style. Very distinct. And Lego doesn't really capture that very well. Like Violet, what do you think of when you see Violet? Will you think of, like, Slender? Same thing with Mrs. Incredible. You think, like, stretchy arms and stuff like that. And, I mean, it does it all right. But like I said, The Incredibles has a very, very unique stylistic, look. It doesn't look like your average CGI animated movie. It's so unique. So having the characters it doesn't really, mesh well. So like I said, it sounds like I hate this game, but I really don't. It's a fun Lego game. And if you kind of, take past the flaws of the storyline and stuff like that, it's still Lego as you know and love it, and it's still a fun Lego game. So, there you go. Mario Golf Super Rush. I have mixed opinions on this game. The gameplay itself, I absolutely love. I mean, it's golf, and it's really good golf. I really, really like it. The only problem is the story mode is fun until you get into the cross-country courses. The cross-country courses make you want to rip your hair out because of how just annoying they are. You have to like make use of the environment by hitting your ball into like these little tornadoes, and they'll fly up. But you have to hit them at perfect angles and with perfect speed, because they may not get to the ledge, or may bounce off the ledge, or they'll may go up too high and then go bounce off the ledge or fall off the ledge. And it's just, oh man, the cross-country levels, I think anybody can tell you the cross-country levels were a mistake in this game. They are so annoying. But at the same time, if you want to just skip the story mode entirely and play the game just as, like, you know, regular courses or online, it's a really, really fun Mario Golf game. I think there's a lot of stuff to love here. So, like I said, my opinions are mixed, but I think I love it overall. Or not love it, but I think I really like it overall. It's a really, really, really great Mario Golf game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, just absolutely fantastic. This is one of those things where, you know, Donkey Kong Country, you know, I definitely said, like, you could buy the original game and not have that much different. This, though, especially with the DLC that's added, like, you need to buy this version. I'm so glad I got my hands on it. Because this is so much freaking better than Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. It's just a really, really fantastic racing game, just top-notch. New DLC is coming out, which includes Petey Piranha. We're finally getting him back from Mario Kart Double Dash, finally. Mario Tennis Aces. This is this is a very meh tennis game. Very meh. There are some glaring issues with it, mainly being the fact that the story mode is just so challenging and so cheap. Very cheap. I mean, seriously, like, the advantages they give the AI and not to you. Oh my gosh. The bosses are just really annoying as well. And even the gameplay, I don't know, I just don't really find it as engaging as something like Mario Power Tennis, or even Mario Tennis Open. But it's better than Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I mean, I love me some Ultra Smash. I am Ultra Smash defender, but I will say this, I mean, the gimmicks are unique enough for me to go like, alright, well, it's better than Ultra Smash. I love Ultra Smash, knowing full well it is a crap game. So that's like, that's kind of my deal here. That's kind of my deal with Ultra Smash. But this game, like I said, I have very big issues with it. Very, very big issues with it. You know, I don't know. I may not keep this. We'll see. I may not. Very many issues with Mario Tennis Aces. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. This is a really fantastic way to play, mainly because my favorite freaking Mario character's in it, Toadette. Now, you might be saying, well, you know, that kind of defeats the point of the Peach Hat costume, because my favorite character is Toadette. It actually doesn't appear that much. The Peach Hat costume only replaces, what's it called? What's the outfit called in New Super Mario Bros. U, where it's like a Squirrel Mario? It only replaces Squirrel Mario. So you can still use a Fire Flower, an Ice Flower, you know, most of the other power-ups that Toadette can use. It's only the, you know, the Squirrel Mario power-up that's changed. But this is a really fantastic game. Definitely pick it up. Toadette actually increases it a lot. It increases the value a lot. At least for me. You know, if you're not a Toadette fan, just get it on Wii U. Because other than that, I mean, there really isn't much change. But it's still a really, really great game. Pac-Man Museum Plus. I bought this when I was very much in the mood to buy Pac-Man Museum Plus. It was weird. I was like, I saw footage of it, and I'm like, I have to own this game. So I waited months, and I'm like, I finally got the money. I'm gonna buy Pac-Man Museum Plus. I can't freaking wait. And I bought it, and It's good. It's a decent collection of Pac-Man games. Here's the dealio. Pac-Man, I already own multiple copies of Pac-Man. Super Pac-Man, I don't like. Pac-and-Pal, I don't like. Pac-Land's nice. Because that technically makes it my first physical copy of Pac-Land. I have it on Wii U Virtual Console. Pac-Mania is alright. Pac-Attack, sadly, is the Super Nintendo version. Now, if you've ever played Pac-Man World 2, you know that the PS1 version, which has the freaking awesome, snazzy music, the is not in the Super Nintendo version. It's only in the PS1 version. So playing this, like, I just can't play it. I'm like, well, I'm going to play Pac-Attack. I got to boot up Pac-Man World 2 because this version is just overall not as good. Pac-in-Time's great. Great to have a copy of that. Pac-Man Arrangement. Oh, wait, that's Pac-Man Arrangement. It's two Pac-Man arrangements. What? Oh, I think it's the Game Boy Advance copy, and that's the one that appears in NamCube Museum Megamix. Championship Edition, that's good. Nice to have it. Nice to have another copy of Championship Edition. I have it in the Xbox Live Arcade compilation, but it's nice to have it here. And then Pac-Motos, Pac-and-Roll Remix, which are both games in Namco Museum Megamix, which is neat, because that means I don't have to buy another collection to play these. Pac-Motos is kind of fun. And, Pac-and-Roll, it's pretty fun. And I can't play that. And Pac-Man 256, I never really was a fan of. The alignment, it's at, like, a weird angle, and it's kind of hard to move the analog stick in that position, because you know, sometimes you miss inputs. It's a bit easier on a phone, where you can kind of flick anywhere. But like I said, at the time, I was extremely in the mood to buy this. I bought it brand new, and don't buy it brand new. It's best if you just like wait till it's like $15. But it's still a good Pac-Man collection overall. Could it be better? Yeah, could it include the PS1 version of Pac-Man Pac-Attack? Could it be better? Yeah, it could include Pac-Man World. Could it be better? Yeah, it could include Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. But hey, I'm not trying to be picky here. It's still a good collection. Paper Mario: The Origami King. I was pleasantly surprised by this game. I bought it because of a buy two get one free sale, thinking nothing of it, and I went, oh my gosh, this game is absolutely fantastic. The humor in this game is just right up my alley. I loved it. Almost every joke just had me laughing a lot. I think the humor of this game's great. The battle mechanics are really good. Graphics are great. I was pleasantly surprised. I really expected this to just be like I'll probably sell this in a little bit, but no. Great game. River City Girls. I waited 2 months and paid $35 to get this physical. And is it worth it? Yeah, it's a fun beat 'em up, but I think it suffers from being pretty challenging. So, you know. But it's a good beat 'em up. I really do like it. The music's absolutely fantastic. That's why it came with the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. And, you know, yeah, I still think it's a good beat 'em up overall, but, yeah. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD, and Sonic Forces, 2 games in 1. Well, here's the deal with this. This game is kind of infuriating. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz HD. I have Banana Blitz on Wii, and playing this one, yeah, it's just kind of annoying. The changes to make it more difficult. I kind of wish they either kept it the same, or if they were to make it more difficult, added an option. Because this game is a lot more challenging and a lot more annoying on this version. And the graphics, I don't know. I mean, they definitely look better, but I don't know. I just feel like they look a little bit nicer on Wii. It's a weird way to say it. And Sonic Forces is Sonic Forces. I enjoy it, even though it obviously is kind of a half-baked, not halved-baked. A half-baked experience that definitely feels very bland, but I still do enjoy Sonic Forces. Nice find for $20 though. I gotta admit, that's a great price. Sonic Mania Plus, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think everybody knows by now that people just adore Sonic Mania Plus, and it's a great game. And I've beaten it multiple times, and I'll probably beat it a few more times after. The fatigue is starting to wear in. I've noticed that you know, the fatigue of beating Sonic Mania so many times is starting to wear in, but, you know, maybe if I wait like a year or so, I get back to it, I'll probably enjoy it. This is, of course, the European version, which is awesome because I love the Mega Drive box art. Which, of course, is false because this game would never be able to run on a Mega Drive. Maybe a 32X. Maybe a 32X, but more likely a Sega Saturn. But this would never be able to run on a Sega Genesis or a Mega Drive. Still just a really, really good game. Splatoon 2. I bought this like after Splatoon 3 came out. Little backstory, I used to own Splatoon 2, and then I said, you know what, I want some money, I'm gonna sell it. Because I already have Splatoon 1 on Wii U. And then about a year later, I went, oops, Splatoon 1 kind of stinky because nobody uses the online anymore. The only people that use the online are like level 50s, so I just get obliterated. So I was like, crap, I need to buy Splatoon 2 again. So I bought it. I bought it after Splatoon 3 came out. And I still think the online's still prevalent. It's still really, really there. I still don't, you know, it's going to be a long time before Splatoon 3 loses even its younger fans, or Splatoon 2 loses even its younger fans. I still see a lot of like level, you know, 5s on there, and Splatoon 3's been out for what, like, you know, half a year at this point. But anyway, yeah, so good game. Really good game, Splatoon 2. Like the storyline, online's fantastic. SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, $40. I was desperate for this game. I wanted it very, very badly, so I went to multiple stores to get the Switch version because there was only one copy available for the Switch version. Could have just bought the PS4 version, but I was like, no, I want the Switch. And here's the deal. When I first played this on the Switch, when I finally got my Switch copy and I finally played it, it was kind of a mess. Frames would just tank. Very often frames would just tank. Audio would be glitched up somehow or sometimes. Graphics were really poppin'. So I went, well, that's kind of disappointing, but, you know, I already spent the money, I'm not going to buy another copy. And then I came back to it a few months later, and I noticed frames were pretty good. Or I noticed an update was available. When I went back into the game, frames were pretty good. Pop-in wasn't nearly as bad, and the audio didn't glitch nearly as much. So I really think that update fixed a ton of the game. And now, I actually think it's pretty good. Without all the technical difficulties, I think this game's actually pretty fun. A bit more open than the other SpongeBob games. They went for kind of a more linear, like, well, not open. I meant linear. Yeah, I meant like linear. It's a much more linear SpongeBob game. Kind of reminds me of Creature from the Krusty Krab, except not as slow. I think it's you know, it's a bit faster. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, just absolutely fantastic. It's awesome that all three of these games run pretty good on Switch. I say pretty good because if you've ever played any of these games on Switch and you go into the loading screens, my god, the loading screens. The loading screens dip it down to like 5 frames a second, but of course it's loading, so but yeah, really, really fantastic trilogy. I want to mention, by the way, about loading screens. That reminded me. Lego The Incredibles has like 3-minute long loading screens whenever you have to go back to the hub world. Like, genuine, it rivals Sonic 06 with how long the loading screens are. I'm surprised that more people haven't, you know, talked about that before. But the loading screens in Lego The Incredibles are like, oh my gosh, they're terrible. Super Bomberman R. This was recently a part of a buy two get one free thing that I did, and it's Bomberman. It's a good Bomberman. I love the box art. It's so, you know, just colorful. It's a good Bomberman. It was a Switch launch title, and yeah, you know, it's Bomberman. Super Mario Maker 2. Really great game. Not as good as the first one, but I still definitely enjoy it. Yeah, like I said, I think it's one of those things where I bought it, and I'm glad that I bought it, but definitely my love for Mario Maker dwindled by the time I bought this game. My love for Mario Maker was around the time it came out, and a couple of years afterwards, I was building stuff like crazy, and all that crap. And then by the time Mario Maker 2 came out, and by the time I bought it, I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's Mario Maker 2, but I don't have nearly as much passion for the levels as I used to. So, yeah. The passion was kind of lost, but the story mode's good. I like the world builder. So there we go. Super Mario Odyssey, probably my second favorite Switch game. I absolutely adore this game. Beaten it multiple times. Buy it. It's a great Mario game. I'd say, yeah, it's better than 64. Mario 64 is currently number 1, but no, that's number 1. Mario 64 is 2. No, it's not. Galaxy's number 1. I freaking love Galaxy. Okay, Galaxy is number 1. I recently played that, and it was like, oh my god, I can't believe how good this is. So, Galaxy, Odyssey, and then 64. Team Sonic Racing. This is a decent Sonic game. It's nowhere near the levels of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, but it's kind of on that range of Sonic and All-Stars, and it kind of has the same exact issues. Sonic and All-Stars, the story mode I always got upset with, as most of it was fun, but some of it was really stupid challenges like the tank chase levels in Sonic and All-Stars. I freaking hate that. Same thing here. The story mode is alright for the most part, but there's some stupid challenges in it. And the gameplay, you know, I do like the customization. It's a nice feature and stuff like that. So I'd say it's better than All-Stars Racing Transform, but nowhere near the insane quality of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. But it's still, you know, a decent enough game. The Alliance Alive HD Remastered Awakening Condition. It's a long title. This was another buy two get one free game. I was like, chibi art, why not? I'll try it out. So I haven't even tried it out yet. But like I said, it was a buy two get one free game. WarioWare Get It Together. It's alright. I think the minigames are alright. I do like the versatility of it. I like the chibi art style. Freaking excited for that new one, though. I'm glad that new one's going back to its roots of just, like, you know, more basic micro games instead of trying to make, you know, trying to have less micro games, but have, like, okay, then never mind, not less, but, like, you know, like, trying to mix it up with, like, 20 different characters, you know, the new WarioWare games going back to the basics, and I applaud it for that. This is the last game of the buy two get one free thing, the wonderful 101 Remastered. I owned this on Wii U a long time ago. It was one of those games that you know, when you first buy the Wii U, you want some like big first party titles, and it was kind of hard to find some that were dirt cheap at the time, because I bought my Wii U in 2015, so stuff like Mario Kart 8 wasn't cheap for a very long time, and you know, New Super Mario Bros. Wasn't cheap for a very long time. So this was one of those that I got really early on, around the time I bought my Wii U, like a year after, because it was one of those games that just dropped in price super quickly. And I remember thinking it was okay, and then selling it. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy it back, and, you know, see how it is. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm hoping that it's roughly the same game. Although, given that it's $16.99, I hope it's not butchered. I know the Wii U version had some Wii U elements where you use the gamepad a lot, so hopefully it's not butchered. Yoshi's Crafted World is a decent Yoshi game. I think New Island and I think New Island and Yoshi's Story are still better Yoshi games, but I think it's better than Yoshi Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World I thought was just freaking boring. Boring and then difficult later on, but this is good. I like this. So there you go. That's that. So here's a little update. Here's the little update for the channel. Streams are still kind of up in the air. I don't know when streams are going to be coming back. It's just, you know, if I'm actually in the mood to do them. Let's Play parts, you know, currently the ones you are seeing are, you know, months and months old. As for my current Let's Play, which I currently have a Let's Play on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, I haven't made a Let's Play part in weeks, maybe a month by now. just because I just don't really have the motivation to do it. A lot of motivation lost. Same thing with the Sonic retrospective. A lot of my motivation is lost. School has been kind of just tearing me apart for the last couple of days, or for the last, like, week or so. So, I haven't really been motivated enough to make a new, to make, some new videos and stuff. But anyway, that is it. So, goodbye.